let's look at literal equations. So these are what you actually use in the real world in science and well, geometry used. This first one here. Let's say we need to calculate pi. How do computers do it? Well, in the old days, what they did was they took the circumference of a circle and they divided by 2 times the radius, which we should know is the diameter. And if we take circumference divided by twice the radius, that is pi. 2's here cancel, r's there cancel. Whenever we're solving literal equations, just pretend everything except for what we're solving for is a number that isn't 0. So you can divide by it, you can add it, you can multiply it, whatever you need to do to get this, our variable, by itself. And in fact, pi we know is not a variable. We know what pi is, so this is just how we calculate it. So something that requires a couple more steps. We're going to solve this one for x. We'll solve this one for b. Yeah, let's do this one. So we got a fraction. It's the same exact process. What's our LCD? Well, this is over 1, that's c, so that's just c. Excuse me. So a plus b over c, and we're multiplying by c. Multiply by c. C's cancel here. A plus b equals c times 5, which of course is 5c. We're solving for b, so this a is being added to it. It's positive here. We can see it doesn't have a negative sign, so it's understood to be positive. So we need to subtract a from both sides. So that's going to give us b, a minus a is nothing, equals 5c minus a. That's it, we're done. Excuse me. I gotta sneeze, but it's not coming. Whatever. Let's look at a more interesting one. These aren't really interesting. For V, yeah, no. Well, let's do this one real quick. You've got options on this one. So we see it's being multiplied by 180 first. We could use the distributive property and go from there. Or you could see, hey, it's being multiplied by 180, divide both sides by 180 first. Doesn't matter, you'll get the same result, even though they might look different. So I'm going to do it both ways real quick, just so you can see. So if I start by dividing by 180, I get s over 180 equals n minus 2. So I just divided 180 to this side, they cancel. I divided 81 over here. I divided by 180 over here, it's s over 180. Add 2, I get s over 180 plus 2. Now what would happen if we distributed first? I'll do that in red. So I get s equals, so these are the same problem, work 2 different ways. 180n minus 360. Add 360 to both sides, because I'm solving for n. Divide through by 180. So I get s plus 360 over 180 is equal to n. It looks different, but it's actually the same exact thing. It's s over 180 plus 360 over 180. Well, 360 divided by 180 is 2. So both of these answers are correct and perfectly fine to use. Whichever way you solve it is how you're going to leave the answer. Word problems. Let's just set these up. Okay, so you have to know your vocabulary. Product of 7 and a number. Well, product means multiply, so 7 and a number, that's 7x. You could use z or alpha or smiley face for your number, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use x. increased by 3 is twice the number subtracted from 39. So actually I need to move this. I don't think I can move it, no. So it's twice the number subtracted from 39. So it's 39 minus that 2x. Find the number. Then you just solve it. That's going to be add 2x, I get 9x. Subtract 3, I get 36. And x is 4. That's a weird equal sign, but it's an equal sign. There. All right, so this is all about setting it up and understanding what the terminology means. From is very important here. If it would have said subtracted by 39, we would have had 2x minus 39. But it says subtracted from 39, so we have 39 minus the 2x. Subtle differences in the pronouns. Kara's golf score was 1 less than 3/4 of Greg's golf score. If the sum of their scores is 135, find Kara's golf score. All right, so let's see. Kara's golf score is 1 less than 3/4 of Greg's. So we need 3/4 of Greg's minus 1. If we add their scores, it's 153. Well, we have this expression over here, so I'm just going to take this and replace it, substitute it. 3/4 g minus 1 plus g equals 153. Do a little bit of math here. That's going to be 7/4 g, just combining my like terms, minus 1. 3/4 plus 1 is 7/4. Add 1 to both sides. And now I've got a number times g. What am I going to do? I'm going to divide by that number. It doesn't matter that that number is a fraction. Do it anyway. And if we do that, let's see, we're going to get g. Let's see, that's 2288, I think. 154 divided by 7/4 is 88. Okay, we're done, right? You're not done. Read. So we need to find out what Kara's golf score is. So we need to do 3/4 of Greg's minus 1. So we're going to evaluate this. 3/4 of Greg's minus 1. Remember, anytime we plug in a number, put it in parentheses. So that's going to be 65. So Kara's golf score was 65. So you have to be careful and you have to read. I know that's hard for some of you, but try anyway. Blah, 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 blah. So definitions are important. Make sure you know what isosceles triangles are, what a triangle is, vertex angle. And if you have a triangle, you might want to draw it. The measure of the vertex angle in an isosceles triangle is 6 less than 4 times the measure of a base angle. Find the measure of the vertex angle. Draw it. So it's isosceles, that means 2 of these are the same. This is my vertex angle and these are my base angles because they're opposite of the congruent sides. So I'm going to call my base angles x. And this right here is 6 less than 4 times. So 4x minus 6. Oh no, how on earth am I going to find out what x is? 180 degrees in a triangle, people. So if I add all these up, that's 6x minus 6 equals 180. Add 6 to both sides, I get 6x is 186. So that's x is 31 if I divide both sides by 6. But again, we want to measure the vertex angle, which is this right here. Plug and chug. 4 times 31 minus 6, 124 minus 6, order of operations and whatnot, is 118. Okay, I think that's everything we needed to cover. Let's see what this other one was talking about. Sum of 4 consecutive integers. That just means they're come one after another. So you'd have x plus 1, because that's the very next number. If your first number is 3, the next number is 3 plus 1, which is 4. We got 4 of those. So these would be our 4 numbers. X plus 1, x plus 2, and x plus 3. If we add all 4 of those, because sum means add, we get 222. Find out what x is, and then you just add 1, 2, and 3 to it. You're done. Let's do this one. 3 consecutive odd integers. Okay, so we have to know what even and odd means. Well, even numbers are multiples of 2. I'll use the letter K because that's how we do it. Odd are going to be one more than the even numbers. So 3 consecutive odd integers, I'd have 2k plus 1. And then the next odd integer isn't 1 away, it's 2 away. So 2k plus 1 plus 2 is plus 3, and 2k plus 5. All right. We add those up, set it equal to 93, and solve. Done. That should cover it all. If you have any questions, of course, comment in Classroom. And that's it for today. Bye for now.